Hey,
hello.
We're back. Before we get into our official start of stream, we have an important aspect to go over before the Fabled boss battle, which is the traditional spinning of the boss wheel. Jeremy, do you want to talk a little bit about how this aspect of the show works?
Yeah, so this is something that is very special to Pete and Jeremy's DnDTime. At least I don't know of anyone else who does something like this. But when a player or character reaches a couple of certain breakpoints of levels in our game, they must undergo a fearsome challenge, taking on one of our many randomly decided bosses. We have 4 different options on the wheel today, along with the traditional player's choice and GM's choice. And yeah, if a player defeats this boss, they will level up, get a hefty bonus in Bartholomew bucks for cool magical items and such, and get to reach up to the next level of adventure. These guys are all story tier, which means they are levels 1 through 3 on these characters, and upon defeating this, they will reach Fabled tier, facing ever more dangerous challenges. And they'll be level 4, which is always awesome. Yeah. Good level.
To get a big bonus too, a bunch of money comes in. It's a big payday overall for these heroes. And quick sound off, Hershel, Granny, Celine, Jeremiah, how y'all doing?
Granny's doing well.
I think I heard everyone's voice in that exact same moment. Everyone found the same pause and then speak. Hershel, how you doing?
Well.
Celine, my apologies.
Thank you. I'm doing well.
Jeremiah, how you holding up?
I can't complain.
So before we got some cool ones on the wheel tonight. Some that I'm pretty excited about. We got the Fungus Among Us is on the wheel. We have Vincent Van Gogh. We have a brand new one, The Thing in the Attic. And we have Weapon S are all on the list. I'm curious, is there any that you guys are leaning to or leaning away from in particular?
Of course, judging just by the name, because that is all that you know about at this point about these bosses.
I'm a big fan of Player's Choice.
Uh-huh. And what would be your choice
if you landed on
if you landed that?
GM's choice.
Sure past. Oh, okay.
Nice meme. Anyone else have any particular direction they're leaning?
I don't think I want to face Weapon S yet.
Hmm.
I don't know what that is, and I don't like it.
It's just the lack of knowledge about it. What could it be?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to kill Vincent Van Gogh.
I think that it might be a Mort just swinging around the letter S.
That's, that could exist. I'll give you a spoiler. It's not that, but the Land of DnDTime is wacky enough that wasn't even that non-credible of a guess. Like,
S is for slaughter and slaying. I mean, there are so many evil, murderous words that we can start with S.
Or sugar, or soda.
Or cereal.
Teeth out.
Serial, the podcast.
Oh boy.
Granny, you got any way you're leading?
Sundowners.
I think we should deal with the thing in the attic.
I like the phrasing there. Yeah, the thing in the attic has really gotten out of hand. But what about Jeremiah? What's Jeremiah thinking?
I'm kind of leaning towards the fungus, but
Ooh, that's a big split.
Could be a tough one if it gets to player's choice.
I hope it's player's choice now, Jeremy. I'm actually with Celine on this one. I want to see player's choice.
Jeremiah, is there a reason you're interested in the fungus?
something's just drawing me towards it. For some reason, I couldn't tell you.
Well, there's only one way to find out what happens, and, well, Jeremy will know a bit before the rest of us. Jeremy, spin us that wheel.
Round and round and round it goes. Where it will stop, nobody knows except for me a few seconds before everyone else does. Oh, dear God, it's the player's choice.
I feel like player's choice comes up a disproportionate amount.
It
does feel like it, doesn't it?
The last couple, I think, have been rolled specifically.
Me, personally, I would like to vote for GM's choice.
Oh, I accidentally rolled it a second time. Oh no, we gotta cancel that. Second roll does not count. It landed on a player's choice again.
Well, wait. Jeremy, is GM's choice allowed in player's choice? We haven't discussed this, but I think if they GM's choice, I would almost want a player's choice and hit an infinite feedback loop.
Oh no. Well, of the 4 options, the weapon S, let's try it and do it this way, Pete. If you had to pick one to not do, what would it be for the 4 of you?
The fungus among us.
Ooh.
Weapon S.
Fungus among us.
All right, fungus among us is done.
There it is.
So now it's between Weapon S, Vincent Van Gogh, and the thing in the attic.
Let's do the thing in the attic.
I'd do the thing in the attic.
Thing in the attic.
Jeremy, it looks
Then
like
away
you'll
we
be
go.
taking it. It is the thing in the attic.
Well, everyone, it's going to be a very exciting adventure. We're going to be back in just a moment with as our adventures take on the thing in the attic.
Two fast turnarounds, I think. I think your new one ended up getting picked twice. No?
Indeed. No, because anyway, we'll be back in just a second, folks.
Oh, I thought we were already off.
No.
Hey there, folks. Do you know what time it is?
Pete and Jeremy's DnDTime. Pete and Jeremy's DnD. Pete and Jeremy's DnDTime. Pete and Jeremy's DnD.
Pete and Jeremy, you know we're gonna have some fun when we are amazed Dungeons and Dragons.
Pete and Jeremy's DnDTime. When we are amazed Dungeons and Dragons.
Pete and Jeremy's DnDTime. Come and have some fun, play D&D. Pete and Jeremy's D&D time. Come play some D&D with me. Pete and Jeremy's D&D time. So many fun things to do. Pete and Jeremy's D&D time. This is our invitation to you.
Pete and Jeremy's DnDTime. Pete and Jeremy's DnD. Pete and Jeremy's DnDTime. Pete and Jeremy's DnD.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pete and Jeremy's D&D Time. This is Game 1 this evening, a fabled battle, where our heroes must take on the terrible thing in the attic. The four of you have made your way to the town of Thornvale. It's a desolate little place on the outskirts of the Sacred Vale. Not quite close enough to receive any of the divine benefits that many of the settlements near there enjoy, but just close enough to deal with some of the terrible hauntings that wander from its wood. Thornvale is a sad place. Dark clouds hover overhead, and many of its already sparse buildings lie abandoned. Few people wander the dirty streets of this place, but one has called you here. A man in a tavern. And so, our adventure starts in the tavern, as many good adventures do. As we come to the scene, where are the four of you in this place, and what are you doing in this very quiet, dusty tavern?
I'm in a fist fight.
All right, there's like four people. Sorry, there are 6 people in this tavern. There is a very tired-looking barkeep. There is your contact, and there are the 4 of you.
I'm fighting the barkeep.
Oh my god! So, Celine, you are describe to me how you're fighting this barkeep.
I'm punching him in the face.
So are you just standing up on the counter, just grabbing him by his dirty leather apron and just socking him?
Yep.
Oh my god. All right. So you're just, in what manner are you beating this man? Are you trying to beat them unconscious, or are you just...
Just beat them unconscious, yeah.
Okay. So you're just punching this poor guy. He's, please! He's got a little bit of gray hair that's slightly balding on the top of his mouth. His teeth are very crooked, which, at least the few of them that are still in his jaw. He's got a bit of a cleft chin, and it makes a resounding thud as you drop him and he falls to the floor.
He only asked you to pay your tab.
No, we Galanodels do not pay tabs. That is written down in the Galanodel Book of Rules. Bartholomew's adventurers get their drinks for free, and that especially applies to Galanodels. Now, where were
I
we?
think that only applies to the bar next to the shop.
You see your contact. He was kind of sitting in the corner in like a little booth. This is a fairly small tavern. It's got maybe 3 tables and a couple of booths. He was sitting in the corner booth, as you know, all quest givers do. And now he seems like he's looking at you guys at the counter right at the bar, and he's looking at the door, and he seems to be calculating in his mind, like, do I just run?
Oh no, don't try to run.
Well,
We're here to do your thing.
You wouldn't make it, my friend.
You would not.
He's a young man. He can't be more than 20, maybe 21 or 22. Looks like a farmer's son. He's very, very dirty. He wears a kind of a plaid kind of shirt, and you can see little bits of like hay still like stuck in his clothes, and his hat, which is a big old like burlap hat, right? From a hard day's work. And he looks at you and says, I didn't mean to bother.
Oh, it's no bother at all, Sonny. Just
grab
tell
him.
Granny what you need us to do, and we'll do it. Then we'll
I
take
grab
it
him by
easy.
the collar and start pulling hay gently off his shirt.
All right. Thank you kindly, ma'am, he says, looking toward you, Granny. There's a woman up by the old manor on the hill. You pluck a little bit of the hay out, and he just kind of, he's intimidated by you very much so. He's like scrunched down in his little seat looking up at you. She asked me to go find help, find anyone to help. She says her daughter got lost in the, or man, her son, I don't know the specifics of it. Got lost up in the old manor. I just called for help. I don't mean to bother. I can find other people to help.
We can take care of it. Don't worry.
He kind of swallows.
Don't you worry about being my boy. Hey, have a calm.
Oh, what?
Have a caramel.
Caramel?
It's a type of hard candy.
He picks it up. I've never had something like this before.
Don't try and bite it immediately. You might break your teeth.
He picks up the caramel, and I mean, is this like a poisoned caramel, or is it just a candy?
No, it's a normal caramel.
He pops it in his mouth. Thanks.
You're welcome. Now, what can you tell us about this manor?
Oh, the manor's older than Thornvale itself. It's been here for God knows how long. No one I know's ever lived in it. Everyone's heard the stories about the thing that lives inside of it. Some terrible things makes. Well, there's a terrible racket rattling around in the attic. Everyone knows it, but we don't go in. It's even a full child doesn't dare go in that place.
So why did this girl go in there?
I don't know if it were a girl or a son. There's a woman outside. She's a traveler from somewhere, and she asked me to find help.
And where is this woman?
Last I saw her up by the manor.
Then it's to the manor.
She was in tears and hysterics, yelling, begging for someone to get help. I don't know if she's gone in herself or what, but I rushed down and I sent a messenger, and I've just been waiting.
I'll push him back down into his seat and walk out the door.
This is like where normally if you had been like, sure, we'll help you, you'd say, oh, bless you, kind soul. But instead, he just looks at you, frightened as you leave.
Yeah.
Celine, you walk out. Jeremiah, Hershel, and Granny, do you three follow?
I flip him a peppermint. I don't suggest eating that one, but if you ever come face to face with the lizard folk, give them that and they might not eat you. And I just walk out.
Yeah, and you saw him like starting to undo the wrapper on it, and he wraps it back up.
Granny gives him a sweater. It says,
It has the
here,
wrapper.
here, something to keep you warm. And just gives him a sweater.
I'm very confused. Y'all came in here and started yelling at me, and now you're giving me gifts. I don't
think too much on it.
All right.
I think Celine's a bit
for helping that woman. Okay. So you'll head out and begin to make your way up the hill. Once you leave the dusty streets of Thornvale, it's mostly open fields, again dominated by the gray skies. You can see, as you start to walk up the hill, the manor kind of almost rising out of the ground almost. as you're kind of cresting the top and it begins to come into view, you see brambles and thorns kind of overgrown amidst the grounds. There's not, I mean, clearly at one point there was a wall around this place, but it is so far fallen into disrepair that all that really remains of it is a few rusted iron top part pieces, spikes that would really go along the top. And yeah, as you approach, you see this decrepit-looking structure. It just looks like it could collapse in a harsh breeze, perhaps. All of the windows are shuttered and boarded, and I mean, yeah, that's what you see. It looks damp and dismal. There's no sign of a woman outside, but the door hangs slightly ajar.
I walk in.
Reminds me of home. I walk in.
Okay.
I walk in and take a look around.
And you're following along?
Yep.
Yeah, so you walk into this home, and immediately as you kind of walk to the inside, it doesn't quite fit the amount of decay and disarray that the outer building shows. You walk into what appears to be a foyer of some kind. There's a very, very large, well, first there's a little coat room right as soon as you enter, where you can hang up a coat or leave your boots. I assume none of you do so. There would be there's no door that would connect that to the next room, which appears to be a large foyer. You see that there's a very large fireplace that is set up, large hearth. It's otherwise very, very dark in here. However, you can see small embers smoldering in the hearth. You see it has stained wallpaper, wet with condensation and rain, that was once in a floral kind of pattern. And it has a large staircase on one side that would lead up to upper floors.
Is there a firewood pile next to the hearth?
There is. It looks wet and old, like everything else in this room.
I'll try to find one of the. Yeah, I'll try to find one of the dryer sticks in the wood pile.
Can you roll me a survival check?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. An 8. Yeah, they're all pretty damp. Yeah, they're all pretty damp. I mean, you're able to find one that's like kind of dry.
Yeah, I'll stoke the embers and put that piece of wood in there.
Okay. Yeah, that's not a problem. You grab an ancient rusted poker, and a part of it breaks off as you poke the fire. And yeah, you toss the log in, and it is kind of hissing and bubbling right as like water escapes from the wood.
Yeah. If it catches, then I'll add another piece.
Yeah, you can
see. While I'm doing this, I'm kind of like looking around.
Mm-hmm. How many of you have dark vision?
Celine does.
I don't, but I have a torch.
Everything appears normal to my vision. I have devil's sight.
Okay. So it sounds like, Hershel, you can just see everything around here right off the bat. Hershel, you can see that this building is 3 stories high. There's the floor you're on, there is the next floor, and then there is the top floor, which would probably either lead into the attic, or maybe it is the attic. It's kind of hard to tell just from where you are now. Besides that, yeah, there are a couple of rooms that come off of this area. Most of them are not behind closed doors, but doors hardly on by a hinge. A couple of adjacent rooms. That's really about it. There's like a mantle over the fireplace, but there's nothing that isn't destroyed on it, right? Like there's an old like picture frame, right? But the glass is shattered and all of the ink on this the painting or portrait has just smeared and run. But yeah, Jeremiah, you light up a torch because it is otherwise dark in here. Besides a little bit of light the hearth gives up.
You said that there's no like lanterns or anything around, huh?
You know, there are probably like hooks on the wall, like effectively
Where you
lantern
could-
sconces, right, where you'd hang a lantern.
Yeah.
And maybe some shattered lanterns on the ground. But there's nothing, at least on this floor, that's in usable shape. Not that you can see right off the bat. Does anyone want to explore around some of the other rooms in this bottom floor?
After adding a second piece of wood, I'll just start going around and opening all the doors that lead into this main room.
Yeah, you throw open a couple of the doors, and I mean, on this bottom floor, you can see like a makeshift. There's not a lot of rooms here. There's only like 2 rooms, besides the entry foyer. This isn't like a huge mansion. It was just probably a country manor that probably a nobleman might come to hunt or something. But yeah, there's one room that has what appear to be hunting trophies. There are heads mounted on the walls. And then there is another room that appears to have been like for weapons and things, right? There are some old crossbows up on the walls, but all of them have degraded to a terrible, terrible state. An unusable state, in fact. And yeah, the doors almost fall off the hinges right as you open them up. There is a staircase heading up to the next level, though.
Alright. Once I check to see if there's any people that I could immediately see on this level, I'll go up to the second floor.
Okay. As you approach the stairs, you hear what sounds like a loud clattering from somewhere up above you. Almost like the sound of something being shaken very vigorously in a box, right? Just a loud, almost metallic clattering. And then it just is suddenly up, stops.
I look back to make sure the rest of the party's following.
I don't know, what are the rest of you all doing?
Sorry, where are you going again? Up there. You going
Upstairs.
up the stairs? Yeah, I start following.
Granny follows upstairs.
Okay. You walk up to the second floor, and Celine, the steps are creaky and fragile, and you feel almost as though you're going to break through them. I assume you take some quiet, slow and careful steps to go up.
I'm gonna step on the side near the edges so that the steps are more sturdy there.
Yeah, okay, so you're just going to take some, careful steps up to the next floor.
Yeah.
Sure, that's no problem at all. It's a spiral staircase that goes up, fairly condensed. You come up to the second floor, and the second floor, again, like the first floor, has one large open room and 2 side rooms, seeming to follow the kind of design, right, of this building. The 2 side rooms, one of them is very obvious as the door is just totally smashed down and the wall even partially collapsed. It appears to be, a kitchen or a pantry. It's hard to tell out of the stench that wafts from it. The other room is a dining room, and though the large room is a dining room. You can see there is a large oaken table set with knives and forks and other cutlery, trays and plates. There are the horrible rancid stench of desiccated food upon some of the various trays. There's something that maybe looks like it was once a pig in the middle, but there's now it's just a heap of and bone.
I'll pull my looped silk scarf over my nose and mouth as I walk through here.
Okay. Do you want to check out the third room on this floor, which is there's like a door. It's
Yep.
actually closed. Okay, you pop that open. It appears to be a bedroom. Not like a small servant's quarters kind of deal. You see what, again, was once nice wallpaper, again in that same floral pattern, but it's all smeared and ruined at this point. There is a rotten, looks like it was once a feather mattress here.
I'll check under the bed.
You peek under the, you peek under the bed, and at first you think you see something, but it is just the dead eyes of a long dead mouse.
Check in the closet.
Not bones of a long dead mouse?
No, it doesn't look like it. Looks just like just a dead mouse.
Just one.
Is there a closet?
Some
Not,
rain and
not more than one. Not like 5 dead mice.
nah, just the
dead.
one. You check in the closet. It was once a linen closet. Now it is detritus. It's destroyed.
Are there any moths?
No, I don't think there are.
Okay.
The only life you found, or sign of life so far you found, is the one dead mouse. No real mouse droppings or anything.
Are there any other places in here that a person could hide in?
Like a DJ stand or something?
Big box or...
No. The chimney keeps going up through this big, through the main room at least. And you can see that there's not an actual like full opening there, but there's like a hatch that you could open up to let some heat come in. But yeah, no, I mean, like, if you want to go into the pantry, right, there are some old containers, old crates.
Is there a meat locker or something?
There's an old box that you assume, based on the stench, may have been filled with cured meats at some point.
Have we seen a dumbwaiter or anything like that?
No, this isn't quite a large enough house to warrant something like that, you don't think?
Okay. And you said that there's like a hatch that goes into the fireplace.
Yeah, little metal hatch.
And
I'll
the only
turn to the party and ask, does anyone know the light cantrip?
do not.
No.
As you stand around, you hear that rattling sound, now much louder, coming from the floor, seemingly above you.
And the only corpses we've seen have been animal remains. We haven't seen any people corpses.
No.
And there was a fully set dinner table with a pig.
Well, a very long ago set dinner table with a pig. But it doesn't look like it's been pecked apart by creatures or anything of that kind.
I'll go back.
Despite the
But
crew.
it's been there, like, it's not been so long that it's, like, completely rotted away.
Yeah, I mean, it's a black mush, so it's pretty rotted.
And is the table like set?
Yeah, the table's set, right? It has plates and silverware and all that stuff. All of it heavily tarnished.
It's
Other
been
than-
set to eat, but hasn't been eaten at. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are there other dishes that contain other food?
Oh, sure. None of them are really recognizable. You can only
What?
sort of recognize the pig based on its general form, as it is a rotten heap.
I'll pull out a bone.
From the pig?
Mm-hmm.
You want to go for a tusk, or do you want to go for one of the other bones?
Okay, it has tusks. That's more what I was getting at. This is pig. Yes.
A boar. Yeah, it looks like. Oh, I'm sorry. In what way would you like to determine that?
I suppose looking at the bone structure of the creature.
Yeah, roll me a medicine or or I guess a nature check. If you want to dig through this rotten pig.
Certainly. I rolled 20.
Oh, 20. Okay. Yeah, as you're kind of digging through it, I think you start to see, as you're kind of ripping through, little signs of bones that maybe aren't boar bones. And as you're kind of pulling it apart, as you grab at the tusk and you pull the tusk out, there appears to be a human skull buried within all of the desiccated remains of this boar.
Human or humanoid?
Humanoid, with the tusks kind of punched through it.
Oh, like they're not part of it. They were punched through the...
Yes, yeah.
I believe there may have been some sort of act of cannibalism about to commence when these folk suddenly disappeared. Strange to leave dinner on the table.
Jeremy, did you say that we found the stairs to the next floor yet, or no?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's just one staircase that just kind of goes up.
Yeah, if we haven't found people on this second floor, I'm going to continue upwards.
Yeah.
Okay. The rest of you following along?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Same here.
The staircase on the third floor ends at a hallway, not a big wide open room. There appear to be 4 rooms up here, and at the end of the hallway there is a pull string, trap door to an attic. But there are 4 doors that come off this hallway. None of them are destroyed or fallen apart.
So it seems almost like it's been more intact the further we go up.
No, because the second floor was an absolute disaster too. Like the pantry was just almost blown open. Okay. But I mean, this floor is definitely a little bit more intact. There also would have been, and I just neglected to mention this, there would have been a door at the top of the stairs, which it was not trapped, if that have been an issue. So you have gone through a door, and now there was a hallway with a couple of doors branching off of it, and a staircase. I'm sorry, and not a staircase, a trap door to the attic.
I start checking the doors.
Okay. First door appears to be a bedroom. Second door appears to be something of a privy. And as you keep searching around, one appears to be maybe a study. And the fourth door appears to be another bedroom.
As with the other places that I've checked, I'm going to check the places that a human body could be.
Sure, you check in. There are a few trunks at the base of the beds in the bedrooms. One of the bedrooms is smaller, maybe fit for children. One is a bit larger, right, like a master bedroom. But yeah, you check linen closets, you check in trunks.
Under beds.
No sign.
Okay.
Wonder if this place has a basement. Do we see any indication of a basement?
You didn't see any indication of a basement, no.
Do I see any way up into an attic if there is one?
Yeah,
there's a full string trap door at the end of the hall.
Okay. I'll pull the string.
Okay. The string snaps.
I jump up.
And as the string snaps, you hear that clattering pretty much above you, as if something large just scrambled and moved.
I'll jump up and try to grab any other part of the string that did not snap.
Okay. You jump up and you grab the little nib end of the string. It takes you maybe 1 or 2 tries. You know what? You're an adventurer. You do it in one. You leap up and you grab at it and you pull the trapdoor down. It falls and a folding set of stairs, flop out down for you. The stairs lead upward into the attic. Hershel, from what you can see, directly before you up these ancient stairs, which appear somewhat drier than the rest of the building, not quite as damaged, maybe due to their location in a more central area, you see what look like the pitched roof the pitched ceiling of the roof. You see large beams, ancient cobwebs that hang around them, and maybe a few pieces of furniture, or presumably pieces of furniture with cloth draped about them. You also can hear something of a draft up there. This wants to lead the way.
I'll reach out for the torch and say, "Here, I'll lead the way."
Who has a torch?
Jeremiah.
I have one.
Oh, okay.
So Jeremiah, do you hand the torch to Celine?
Yeah.
Okay. And Celine, you begin to lead the way up.
I'd like to cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
I guess that's fair. You cast Armor of Agathis upon yourself. And as you take a few steps up, you can hear that draft, and there's something that you didn't hear before. It's like a creaking, groaning of wood. And as you step up into the attic, Celine, and look around, showing the torch, you see maybe a dozen pieces of furniture covered over with white cloth, presumably furniture.
Yeah. I'll sit down at the top and actually look back at the party and say, "Actually, does anyone know mage armor? I could use that."
You also see the figure of a woman. She is kneeling on the ground, looking toward the hearth, a small fireplace here in the attic, where a few small embers seem to still flicker and burn. She wears a white bonnet and a blue cloak and is currently facing away from you.
Celine's the only one that sees us, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And of course, Celine opted to turn around and say, "Hey, anyone got mage armor?
Anybody got some mage armor for a monk? Anyone? Well, there's a creepy woman staring at a hearth in a bonnet and a blue dress, so it might be.
Granny can use some mage armor.
Let me see.
Mage armor? Ah, fantastic.
And then we got some mage armor. So, Granny, you cast a spell of mage armor for your ally, Celine.
Yes.
Okay.
Put my head up through the hole.
Yeah, you walk up with Celine. Yeah, no problem. You also see all the things I described before. The cobweb-riddled ceiling, the woman kneeling by the hearth. It looks like she's holding something, but you can't see what it is. She's sort of...
Is there a torch sconce up here in the attic?
Yeah, I think so. On one of the beams, right, there's a little metal sconce that hangs off.
I'll put the torch in the sconce and then walk up to the woman silently.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll a stealth?
Yeah, I'd like you to roll.
Okay.
Yeah, roll stealth check. Okay, so you got a 6. You slowly walk toward the woman. There's an awful creak, but she doesn't move.
As soon as the creak happens, I kind of like flinch, look down. Kind of like step on that same spot a couple times.
Granny, are you also up in the attic right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody's up in the attic at this point, watching as Celine approaches this woman on the side of the
Excuse me.
And to clarify, this is the only room in the attic.
Hello? Ma'am?
She doesn't respond.
I'll keep a decent amount of space between us and kind of walk around towards her front.
Okay. Yeah, you do so. She's only about 5 feet from the hearth, So you walk over and you can feel a little bit of warmth kind of emanating from the small embers. And you can see she's holding what looks like a bundle in her arms, like cradling a small bundle, and the little bonnet kind of covers her face. Or covers their face. Feminine build, but...
Yeah, keep walking around. See if I
She
can
doesn't
get a
seem to
look.
respond at all.
I start making my way towards the harp.
Hearth. It's a little fireplace, not a harp. But there might be a harp somewhere under some of the blankets if you want to pull them off. Go looking for a harp.
I'll start pulling blankets off.
All right, there's a fine chair. The harpsichord, but not quite a harp.
Careful, some of those might be mimics.
Some other furniture.
Yeah, I'll straight up walk up to this lady and check her out.
Okay, so you just walk up and pull up the bonnet or something?
Yeah.
You walk up, you pull up the bonnet, and as you do so, the kind of head of her just kind of comes off. The body kind of collapses in the bundle, bound, just strewn on the floor. And yeah, just with the yank of your hand on the bonnet and looking at the head, it appears to bear the face of the man you scared in the tavern. And coming out from the neck is hundreds of little threads of straw. And with that, you hear and feel what sounds like a deep exhale coming down from the hearth right behind you. I'd like you all to roll for initiative.
Oh.
All right. Hershel ready to go. I'm sorry, not Hershel. Jeremiah ready to roll.
Like, what did I say about touching things?
Apparently the young man wasn't a young man.
All right. Now I can roll for the foe in this room. All right, Hearth of Havoc. All right, Jeremiah, you can see the stone frame of the small fireplace here in the attic kind of creak and twist almost into an earthy grin, spouts of fire like teeth welling up very quickly within it. What would you like to do?
I think I'll start out with Thunderwave.
Okay. Go ahead. All right. Yeah, you hit it. It can't move. So you move forward and cast a Thunderwave at the hearth. You blast into it. It takes 4 points of thunder damage as it rattles. And I think your Thunderwave blasts two stones out a little bit higher that now the holes where the stones used to be almost look like creepy grinning eyes above its jaws of flame. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Jeremiah?
I hop up on one of the pieces of furniture that has cloth on.
Okay. It appears to be a chair, hopefully, underneath. All right. That was 21. At initiative count 20. The hearth is more than just grinning now. It lets out an almost wheezing, deep laugh, and smoke begins to billow out of it, beginning to fill the chamber you're currently in. Hershel, it's your turn.
Well, the house itself appears to be the culprit. Just like home, I start approaching the fireplace. The
Okay.
boy, his head is filled with straw, or just the body?
It looks like it is a scarecrow of some kind, but it has a very humanoid face.
Alright, well, I kicked the humanoid head into the mouth of the fire.
Okay. The head begins to scream.
Unfortunate for him. And then I attack this fireplace.
Okay. Yeah, you run forward and begin to cleave into the fireplace. The fireplace has an armor class. It's pretty good, but you will hit it with that first attack. Not the second one, unfortunately.
Of course. I'm going to use my bonus action, which I should have done first, to apply my curse to this
That's
entity.
fine. How much extra damage would that be? 2?
2.
All right. Yeah, you start smashing into stonework. The problem you're having is, despite the fact that this is clearly animated and alive, it does appear to still be stone. So it's pretty tough as you're taking chips and chunks out of it. All right. Anything else, Hershel?
That's it for me.
Okay. Granny, it's your move. What would you like to do?
Right. Granny's gonna cast magic needle at the fireplace.
Okay. You rush forward and cast a spell of magic needle.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll me the damage, because you will just auto hit with magic needle.
Yeah. And this is at a second level, so it's going to be 4 instead of just 3.
Okay. Oh wow. Good rolls too. Oh, that's always beautiful seeing those magic needles. That's a ton of damage. 19 points. Oh crap.
It was almost
right.
max damage.
Yeah, your magical needles blast out. I mean, do they blast out, or do you have like a? What even are these? Do you have like a pin cushion you just hold up and boom, they blast?
Yep.
Beautiful. And miraculously, these tiny little pins devastate the stonework, digging in and creating large cracks for your allies to exploit. Anything else you want to do, Granny? Do you want to move at all? There was still the stairway down to the hallway below. That has not magically closed or anything.
You know what? Granny's gonna try and go down the stairs.
Okay. So, Granny, you hobble down the stairs into the into that hallway. You can see all of the doors are open, and yeah, including the door at the end of the hallway by the stairs leading down, just like you left it. However, you can start to see smoke kind of coming up from the stairway too. All right, the hearth turn. The hearth just took a whooping, so it is going to it's going to turn into stone. You can see the mouth kind of close and the hearth disappear into what just looks like a natural stone chimney. And yeah, you just now appear to be in a room with a very cracked chimney that has smoke kind of pouring out of it through the cracks. All right. Celine, it is your move. The hearth has fled, seemingly, and you still feel that deep rumbling, almost a laugh from within the house.
Okay. Does the wall around the fireplace look to be damaged by the thunder wave?
Yeah, oh, certainly.
So is there smoke pouring out of the holes in the wall or no?
No, it's sturdier than that. It's made of mainly large oak timbers and things like that. This,
right.
Like the fact that it's still around is why this place, like, it's a pretty sturdy structure.
I'd like to kick a hole through the wall.
Like to attack the wall. Okay. Go ahead and roll me an attack roll.
Oof.
Oh yeah, you kick it. You don't know if this wall is breakable. Maybe.
Is
With
there a
6,
window?
no.
Is there a window in the attic?
There's no window in the attic. There were some windows in the other rooms.
Is the roof just tiles?
No, the roof appears to again be timbers.
Did a face appear on any of the furniture that we uncovered?
Nope.
Okay, then I'm gonna retreat downstairs.
Okay, you run down to the stairs with Granny. That's one of your attacks in your movement. Would you like to do anything else?
I'll bonus action kick another piece of furniture that is covered.
Just one of the covered pieces of furniture?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you do so. All right, we're at the top of the initiative order. Jeremiah, it's your move. I think you can tell the room is filling with smoke. After, presumably, if it continues to fill like this, it will begin to choke you think. What is your move?
I start heading down the stairs along with Granny, and then if I get some in action without dashing, I'd like to kick out the nearest window.
Okay, cool. So you move down the stairs and you go through.
Well, not necessarily kick, you know what I mean.
That's open, and the door attacks you as it slams at you as you try to walk through it. As the doors of doom are now on the initiative order. It will attack and roll a 14 to hit. Will that hit you, Jeremiah?
Yes, it will.
Oof. All right, that'll be 7 points of bludgeoning damage. As you go to run through one of the doorways into one of the other rooms, which you can see the windows beyond it, they're still there, and the door smashes into you. And you feel that deep rumbling again in the house. And more, you need to feel hot in here. Hot and wet. That does stop your movement, Jeremiah. But you still have the action to do anything like dash or... But that door is now closed.
So I'm stuck in the basement? I mean the attic?
No, you're still in the... Sorry, you're in the hallway with them. It was just when you were going into one of the side rooms where there's a window that the door slammed. We'll say
okay, I get it.
Yeah.
And I'll still try to hit a window if I can reach it.
Okay, so you want to go through a different doorway, or do you want to try and push open the door that just slammed on you?
Oh, okay. I'll just strike at the door.
You're going to attack the door? Okay, sure. Oh, you swing your scimitar's... Holy crap, you have a scimitar of speed. You swing a scimitar of speed and connect with the door. It's just a wooden door. Yep, all right. The door is still there, but it's in not as good shape anymore.
I'll use my bonus action to attack it again.
Alrighty, go ahead. Alrighty, an 8, unfortunately, is not gonna hit the door. But you know what, the door can't move, so I'm gonna give you advantage on the attack, I guess. I didn't do that before. Oh, it wouldn't have mattered if you switch rolled to 9. Yeah, all right, so I'll give it to you. You hit the door. Go ahead and give me the other check. All right, 13 total. Yeah, you smash that door pretty thoroughly. However, it is unfortunately still there, still standing. All right, anything else, Jeremiah?
Nope, that's gonna be it.
All right, the lair, smoke continues to pour into the attic and sort of up the stairs ahead of you from downstairs. It doesn't seem quite as thick downstairs as it is in the attic right now, though. All right, Hershel, your move. You started your... Huh?
Yeah, I'm in the attic.
You start your turn in the attic. I do need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw. All right, you are all good. You, I guess, cover your mouth or what have you. Oh, and Celine, if you ever need to roll save for the smoke, let me know, because you did mention that you want to tie that scarf around, so you would have advantage on that when you do so. But partially, yeah, you ignore the effects of the smoke this round. What would you like to do?
I'll head on down.
Okay, you see an evil door has attacked your ally.
I will vanquish this door.
Very well. 12 actually does not do it. You slam at the door, and it's just a little too tough. But the 20 will, so go ahead and give me advantage. Okay, you vanquish the door. That door splinters and shatters apart, and is vanquished.
Step into the room.
All right, you step into the children's room. You see a small bed, like a couple toy chests and things like that. And there is a window.
All right. I believe I've done everything I can.
Okay, Granny, it's your move.
Well, Granny's gonna head downstairs again.
Okay, so do you want to? So you're not going to head into the room with Hershel. You're going to head to the stairs going down.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you get to the end of the hallway. There's a door there. Do you do anything particular, or do you just try to walk past the door?
Granny's just gonna walk past the door.
Yeah, you walk past it. It's a mundane. Yeah, there's a staircase leading down to the next level. Do you want to start walking down?
Yeah.
Yeah. With 30 feet of movement, that gets you
25.
That would get you to the bottom of the staircase. But so you walk to the bottom of the staircase, and you can see that dining room area, and yeah, it just appears the same way you saw it before.
All right.
The staircase would continue downward into the foyer, in the lower level. If you'd like to go there.
Yeah. Can I see the front door from here?
No, you cannot.
All right. Yeah. I'm just.
Actually, you know what? What's your passive perception, Granny?
12.
12? Okay, with a 12, I think you can see the forks and knives on the table beginning to like rattle a little bit, in a way more than just the house shaking. And there's also something in the corner that was just in a heap that appears to be rattling as well.
And Granny doesn't have any AoE attacks.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually sad. But, you know what? She does have her magic needle.
Okay.
And I just want to check something on it real quick. Do I have to... Okay, so each needle can hit a different target.
Sure.
She's going to cast magic needle into the dining room at 2nd level.
Okay.
And hit 4 different things in the dining room.
Okay, you're just going for utensils? Or do you want to hit the thing in the corner that's bigger?
Like, let's go for the thing in the corner that's bigger.
Okay, go ahead and give me your damage. It's actually very important. Man, Granny's on point with those magic missiles. Let me quickly roll this guy's initiative, because now that he's here, the Chandelier of Fear, which was sitting in the corner of the room, has now suffered 17 points of damage and is looking really bad.
Okay, as a bonus action, Granny is going to use the item she acquired from Spellcrest, which is the Queen, and declare off with their heads.
Pardon me? What does this do? So,
each creature within 10 feet of you, which is damaged and has fewer than 5 hit points, is instantly magically decapitated. That's what it does. And it's a bonus action.
It's damaged and has fewer than 5 hit points. The Chandelier of Fear has barely more than 5 hit points. And nothing else, I think, has less than 5. So unfortunately, this round it doesn't do anything.
Well, it has to be damaged as well, so...
Yeah.
Okay.
So this round it does not do anything.
Okay.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next turn.
All right. The hearth. I think you hear like a terrible cracking, tearing sound from the bottom floor, and some large, almost thuds. And Granny, as you kind of look down the stairs toward the 2nd floor, you can see the huge hearth, the big fireplace that was on the 1st floor, has like pulled itself out from the wall and is walking over toward the staircase, looking upwards at you. And actually, because you're there, oh boy, It is going to well up its breath and shoot fire up at you. So Granny, can you roll me a DC 10 dexterity saving throw? As fire rushes up the staircase.
Alright.
Oh no, 12 points of fire damage, Granny. All right, Celine, it's your move. There's a sudden well of fire that bursts up.
Yeah. I'm gonna move towards Granny.
Okay.
The two other doors in this hallway, correct?
There are 3 other doors in this hallway.
Well,
They're
there's
all-
the one that we destroyed.
Yep.
There's the one that leads downstairs that didn't look like it did anything. There's
Yep.
the privy
sorry.
and the master bedroom.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
Actually,
then
there
I'm
would
going
be
to
one
make...
other that would have gone to the study.
Okay. Then I'll use a key point to do one attack on the study door, the privy door, and the master bedroom door.
Okay. The door attempts to slam shut at you. It does so with disadvantage because you are not surprised by it.
Which door?
All of them try.
Okay.
So if at some point you would decide, you know what, maybe I wouldn't go for the next door, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
So the first one rolls a 7.
Okay.
The second one
And
rolls a 7.
Real
And
quickly, should I do the damage for kicking each door as I go down?
They all roll 7. Yeah, please give me the damage for them all. As you attack the doors of doom.
So 4 bludgeoning, 3 fire.
Oh, okay. They do not appear to like the fire.
7 bludgeoning, 3 fire.
Okay, they didn't like the fire still. They're doors.
6 bludgeoning, 3 fire.
All right. The doors of doom are all pretty damaged.
Do they all look bloodied, would you say?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're definitely all bloody.
So that's my action, bonus action, and one of my key points.
Okay.
Enter.
All right, we move to the next in the initiative, the Chandelier of Fear. The Chandelier of Fear, there's a rattling of metal as its chain shoots up and connects into the ceiling. Up on the floor above, you guys see a small chain explode through the floor and wrap itself around a beam in the floors. And the Chandelier of Fear flies up and begins to spin around and attacks you, Granny, because unfortunately, you're still the only one down there. Unless, Celine, did you go down there
Nope.
as well?
I just went down the hallway, hitting each door as I passed.
Okay, so you did not go downstairs.
Nope.
All right, Granny, I'm very sorry. The Chandelier of Fear is going to swing at you aggressively with its slam attack. It rolls a 13.
Shield.
Alrighty, and it will take its second slam attack against you, rolling a 10. So you throw up a shield of force and deflect the Chandelier of Fear's attacks. All right. Next in the initiative, Jeremiah, what's your move? You see that Hershel has busted through the door you were attacking. He's finished it off.
All right. There's a window, right?
Yeah, there is definitely a window. You see a window.
I bust open the window.
Yeah, I mean, you just walk over and... I mean, do you want to just make an attack roll? You smash the window? You don't even make an attack roll. One of your attacks, you smash the window. Yeah, you smash the window. Looking through, it appears to be a 25, 30-foot drop to the ground below, and it just is a straight drop.
All right. And in that case, I run back out into the hall.
Okay.
I did it to let smoke out.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll keep that in mind. All right. So you ran into there, you smashed the window, you ran back. You still have 10 feet of movement and an action. I mean, I guess an attack from your scimitar speed if you'd like to do anything.
I might as well hit one of those other doors.
Okay. It cannot make an attack against you because you've it's already attempted to attack Celine. So go ahead and just give me your attack roll. You hit the door. That door looks real bad. All right. But it is not quite destroyed. Hershel, it's your move.
What about the lair?
Oh, the lair. The lair at this point, smoke continues to billow in. I think for this round, the lair is neutralized on account of
The window.
on account of the window. Like smoke is starting to pour into that floor because that's where the most of you are. But yeah,
Looking out the window,
no one has to roll for the smoke this turn.
do I see any evidence of this thing doing anything outside?
What's your passive perception?
13.
Yeah, at a glance, because you're also over there, and maybe Jeremiah was just too rushed, smashing the window to let out the smoke to notice. Yeah, you see what looks like some bushels of hay starting to like put themselves back together.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like not like large bundles of hay, but small little, wound up parts that are starting to like assemble themselves into a scarecrow or something like that.
Ah.
Yeah. You see it like bend down and pick up a small head-shaped bundle.
Can I make some form of check to see if I know anything about what this kind of entity is? Like what's driving this house?
Yeah, sure. If you'd like, you could roll like a religion check or something, and I can tell you what you might know.
I don't know.
Yeah, no idea. Probably like a cursed spirit or something. Could
Alright,
be any number of things.
I move out into the hallway
Cool, no problem.
and start heading
Kind of
toward. You said the chandelier's chain was up here, right?
Yeah, you see the chandelier's chain has smashed through the floorboard. You can actually see down into the room below a little bit now, where the chandelier is just swinging around toward poor Granny.
All right, I go over toward there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can walk down the stairs. You still have your action.
Oh, all right. I kill the chandelier.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack against chandelier. All right, well, the second roll will definitely hit. Holy shit. Yeah, the chandelier is shattered. You smash it with your battle axe momentum. Candles and chandelier parts just go flying.
Great.
Oh my goodness, I forgot to roll for the knives. The knives of strife.
Oh no.
And the sporks of suffering.
Ah, I see what you're doing here.
Yeah, it's all just just this. All right, what did I get? Oh, they rolled really well. Jeez, all right, I'll have them go now. All right, the Knights of Strifes and the Sporks of Suffering are going to fly upwards and are going to attack Hershel and Granny. So we're going to go for Hershel first. So, Hershel, all the knives go for you.
Okay.
And there are 4 sets of knives. So here's the 4 attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you start flying around and poking yet?
2 hit me.
Alrighty, for a small amount of damage.
They each take 10 cold damage.
Oh, alright, they explode. Alright, there are now no knives. Oh, there are 2 knives of strife. And the Sporks of Suffering go. Oh man, that was dumb. All right, the Sporks of Suffering go for you, Granny. They try to spork you. I guess
one makes it through. No, one makes it through.
One makes it through. Okay. Oh right,
Yeah,
you still
because-
have your shield.
Yeah. Yes.
Excellent. So only 1 point of damage, and that is the end of their turns. The doors can't do anything this round. Granny, it's your move.
Granny is very lucky with that because now she's down to 1 point of health.
Oh shit.
Yes, Granny does not have much health.
Apparently.
Yeah. So Granny is going to use the only AoE spell she has available to her, which is
Okay.
sleep. And try to put everything around her to sleep. Or as many things to sleep.
Good night, Granny.
So the bright side is the knives, despite being animated things, can go to sleep. They are not immune to unconscious. So all of the knives fall asleep. All of the sparks fall asleep. Granny falls asleep. That's 7 hit points of the 30.
Wait, hold on. Can sleep effect?
Looks like it. I mean,
It does not affect undeads and sleep.
does sleep say it does not affect construct?
Yeah, let me see.
It says it in the spell.
I'm checking.
Yeah, and starting with
Undead creatures, undead and creatures immune to being charmed aren't affected by the spell. Okay, so Granny, I think you would know that you probably can't put these things to sleep.
okay.
Before you would if you would like to do something else.
Okay. Since Granny can't put them to sleep, let's see. I think the biggest threat right now is the.
Well, there's the hearth at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, is the hearth
and the knife.
Yeah, I think the hearth is the biggest threat right now. So.
Okay.
Granny's going to cast Magic Needle at the hearth.
Oh, jeez. All right. Go ahead and blast it.
Two,
Oh my God! These magic needle rolls are crazy. All right.
Yeah,
3
and
or 4 every time.
Earlier, I kind of forgot that I had the skills of balance, so.
All right, your magic needles. Oh,
So yeah, since they have an additional point of damage.
wait, what?
Scales of balance adds a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls and spell attack and damage rolls.
All right, so this is actually.
Yeah. So yeah, earlier, and I forgot to add that in early, but I'm not gonna make you go back and try and fix
Yeah,
this.
all good. All right, so the hearth is looking real bad as it wells up with fire at the bottom of the stairs. Absolutely
Brady's gonna move
decimated.
closer to the hearth, and
You're gonna start moving down the stairs.
Yeah, and when she gets within 10 feet of it, she's gonna say, "Off with their heads."
I'd like you to roll a dexterity saving throw first.
Okay.
Because as you go to step on that first stair, the stairs just all collapse into almost a slide, which would lead you right down into the hearth.
Okay.
All right, yeah,
Did
you
Bernie
manage
succeed?
to grab onto the railing, and what do you think? You yell off with their head?
Yeah, off with their heads.
Okay. All right, the hearth explodes. Chunks of rock just go everywhere. One of the doors up on the upper floor blows up, and just splinters seem to shoot everywhere. Yep. And Granny, do you want to slide the rest of the way down, or are you going to keep holding on where you are?
Is it safe to slide the rest of the way down?
There's fire on the bottom floor, but that's it.
No.
Okay.
Because Granny has 1 hit point right now.
Celine, it's your move. There's a bunch of knives.
I'm
And
not near the
swords.
knives yet.
That's true. What would you like to do?
The door that is still alive next to me.
There are
Kick
2
that.
doors. Okay, you kick that door. That door is now not alive. You kick it down and it dies with a burning flame.
And I will move
I'm
back.
sorry, the Door of Doom attempts to make an attack against you as you kick it. The hearth is dead. Here's the door. It is a disadvantaged attack because you know it's there. It misses you.
I'll move back to the other door and spend a key point to bonus action flurry of blows.
Okay, so you make 2 more attacks.
Take it.
The door attempts to attack you back. Oh, it was a 19 that time.
for 6 damage. All right.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Granny has decapitated the hearth.
Is the door still up? This is the one that was attacked by the Scimitar of Speed, right?
Yeah, no, you destroyed the door.
Okay.
There are
And
no
then
more doors of doom.
I will go upstairs.
Okay, and I think
Is
you
the
realize
hearth?
it's much draftier in here than it was a minute ago, as the top of the hearth is the chimney. So part of the chimney just blew off. I'm sorry. Where were you headed, Celine?
I'm looking at the hearth in the attic.
Yeah.
Is it still stone?
Oh, you went back upstairs and looked at it. No, it actually just exploded outwards. There's a huge hole in the wall.
So there's no more hearth at all.
It doesn't look like it. There's chunks of rock everywhere.
And it doesn't look
I
like
have a
anything in the
question.
attic is moving anymore?
No. What's your passive perception?
My passive perception is 12.
No. Doesn't seem like anything's moving.
Okay, then I'll slide back downstairs and continue down the hallway, back
Okay.
down towards Granny with my 45 feet of movement, because what else?
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Alrighty.
Can
Jeremiah.
I hit anything else on my way back since I spent the flurry of blows?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an attack against either a knife or a spork, your pick.
Okay,
I don't think that actually hits them. They're very fast.
okay, and turn.
Okay, Jeremiah, what do you want to do? Jeremiah? Oh, looks like did we lose Jeremiah?
Sorry. All the
good.
doors are destroyed now.
All the doors are destroyed. All that seems to remain are the sporks and knives.
And those are on the floor below me.
Yes, they are.
All right, I'll head towards the stairs. Granny's still in sight, right?
Door-
Yeah.
Granny
Granny's still in
is
sight.
yes. Granny is currently hanging on to a slide until the railing.
I'll use a healing word on her.
Okay. Granny, you are healed. Is there anything else that you would like to do, Jeremiah?
Not at the moment. If there's another nearby window, I'll knock it out.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, the hearth is destroyed, but the smoke is not an issue for you anymore, really. It's just the fire spreading in the lower floor that's the problem right now.
All right.
Alrighty, we'll get back to you, Jeremiah, whenever's easiest. The lair. Oh, good. All good. Do you need a minute, or are you good? We'll just come back to you in a second. Yeah, the lair. At this point, it's just starting to burn. It's getting very hot in this building. Hershel, what would you like to do?
I'll go back over to the broken window.
Okay. You see that the scarecrow has pulled itself together and is now hefting what looks like a very large scythe and walking toward the front of the building.
I appear behind the scarecrow.
Oh. With a misty step, you teleport down behind the scarecrow.
And begin cleaving into it.
All right, go ahead. It's gonna be a scary. Oh God, it's gonna be scary. All right, you will hit with the first one, but not so much with that second one. 8 slashing damage. Okay. You still slash with your great battle axe, cutting into the back of the scarecrow, having it to spill out, and it twists around, and again it bears the face of that man that you saw in the tavern. and he kind of grimaces at you, and it's almost like skin stretched over the hay at this point that you see it. And yeah, it grimaces and just says, Bartholomew. And yeah, anything else?
No, that's it. It's my expert's curse is done.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Take those hit points. The
Well, I
knives of
wasn't
strife.
injured, but yeah.
Well, you've got them if you need them. The knife of strife and the sporks of suffering. Who is still in that room? Jeremiah, you are. So Jeremiah, they all go after you.
All right.
All right. The knife of strife will go first, and it will try and stab at you. There are 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's only a 17 to hit is the best I got. And the sporks of suffering. There are only 2.
There were only 2 knives left.
I had it backwards. They do the exact same. The sporks are apparently much better than the knives. Those are all of the attacks from the utensils. All right,
Very good.
Granny, your move.
Okay, let's see. Granny's gonna try to move. Is Granny close enough to attack the knives and sporks with her magic needle?
I mean, they're right above you, so they're right there. They could go.
Okay, so Granny's gonna attack 3 of the knives with magic needle.
Alrighty, go ahead.
3 separate knives. 1, 2, 3.
God. All right. How many health points do the knives have? Let's find out. Well, they're more than I thought they were. Yeah, they're all still up.
All right. Granny's then. Granny's gonna use her movement to go as far up as she can,
Okay.
and then she's gonna use the queen again as her bonus action.
Granted,
off
you
with their
can't
heads.
declare. Off with their heads. All of the tops fall off of those sporks. As they just
You mean knives?
fall off.
Or, yes.
Yep. So now there are only 3 utensils left. As the double whammy. All right. Anything else you want to do, Granny? It's starting to really burn in here.
Yeah. Well, that's all of her actions.
All right.
So Granny can't. Yeah, and that was actually her last spell slot too.
So Lynn, what would you like to do?
So,
I am going to slide down the stairs and then jump over the fire towards the scarecrow.
Okay, so you're going to slide down the stairs, jump over the fire that is now pretty much covered the bottom floor, and run out the front door
Yeah.
to attack the scarecrow. Okay. As you do so, the door of doom slams shut at you on the front door. Yeah.
But I killed all of you!
Slams into you for 12 bludgeoning damage.
Oh my god.
Outside of the door, a gargoyle knocker just, laughs. And yeah, it slams shut in front of you. Would you like to try and, push through the... Oh, you're just going to attack the door. Okay. Okay.
Flurry of blows.
Go ahead. Yep, you'll hit him. Okay.
Is it
He's still up.
Oh my god. Get out of my way, door!
You kick down the front door. You kick it open and it just shatters into splinters. And yeah, stepping outside, you see this scarecrow with a man's face looking back at Hershel, who just cleaved into the back of it.
Yeah, now I don't really want to get too close to the scarecrow, but I do want to get away from the fire.
So basically you're just standing in this doorway where there's not too much fire yet.
I want to be just outside the front door. I don't want the fire to spread onto me.
All right. The scarecrow whips around.
Item interaction, take out a spear.
Okay. The scarecrow whips around and is going to going to slash at you, Hershel, because man, you hurt it. Here we go. The reaping scythe swings down, 19 to hit.
That hits.
All right, for 15 points of damage. I assume he takes some cold damage, right?
He takes 10 cold damage back. Yep.
Ouch. All right, he is probably pretty seriously injured, right? Oh yeah, he's pretty hurt. He will swing a second time with the reaping scythe. This time rolling a 21 for another 15 damage.
Oh.
All right. Are you still up after that one?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, Hershel is a machine, apparently. That's the Scarecrow. Jeremiah, it's your move. What'd you like to do?
Does Hershel need to make a wisdom save?
Well, Hershel needs to make 2 wisdom saves. Okay, Hershel is scared of the Scarecrow.
All right, and I can see Hershel from the staircase, right?
No. You'd have to go outside. You'd have to be in the doorway where Celine is currently to see Hershel. You'd have to go down the stairs, jump over the flames, and get to the front. Speaking of which, I was supposed to have you make a check for that, Celine. Oh well.
Anyway, I'll make the jump after we going down the slide, and since I have
you've got a jumping feature, don't you?
stepping leap, yeah.
Yeah, all right, you just jump over the flames, and you run up next to Celine. Yeah, now you can see Hershel, and the Scarecrow about 10 feet away. That would have used about 20 feet of your movement getting there.
I'll throw it a healing word.
Okay. Healing word.
And,
Jeremiah, what is your healing word to Hershel?
Rutabaga.
With the word of Rutabaga, Hershel, you feel restored. You still have 10 minute action if you would like.
If I can see the Scarecrow, I'll take a shot at it with my hand crossbow.
All right, go ahead and make the shot. That'll hit him. Boom, boom, 4 piercing damage. Scarecrow's looking pretty hurt. He's taken quite a few hits at this point. Quite a few scary hits. All right, we move to the lair. The fire wells up even more within the building. And Granny, it's looking bad. The knives of strife and the sporks of suffering all attack Granny, the only one left in there. So, Granny, we got a stab and a stab. Oh no. And then a stab. Did any of those hit you? 21 and 15, right?
All 3.
Oh no, the 12? Really?
Yes, Granny
no.
has 11 AC.
Is Granny okay?
Granny is actually okay thanks to the healing word earlier.
Oh,
Granny, are you
Granny,
okay?
it's your turn.
Are you okay?
Yeah, so-
Are you okay, Granny?
Granny has 2 hit points left.
Isn't it my
There's
turn?
a huge roaring fire below you in the floor.
Yeah, so Granny's probably screwed either way.
Wait.
Is Granny gonna go for the leap?
Isn't it my turn?
Oh, I'm so
Yes,
sorry.
it
It should have
is.
been Hershel. You're correct.
Yes, it is
Hershel,
Hershel's turn.
please.
Don't worry, Granny. You have time to plan. I continue slashing at the Scarecrow.
Go ahead and give me the attacks. All right, that'll definitely hit him.
I'll roll the second.
That will also hit him. So 11 and... All right, total of... what,
18 more
18?
points. Yeah.
Okay. So, Hershel, you swing twice with the battle axe and Granny as you grit your teeth and get ready to try and leap these flames, a leap that you will there's no way you're gonna make. You go to run and you jump and you don't feel any fire at all and you're like, I did it! But really you just kind of hopped in the air a little bit as outside Hershel just 2 horrible swings has obliterated the Scarecrow. and
Wait.
all of the fire just immediately wells out. And
Granny. So everything ends, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
as you
Granny wasn't gonna run because like Granny knows there's no way she's jumping that fire with her 25 movement speed. So
well, as you all look around, the scarecrow is destroyed. The thatched head and stitched face at your feet. The face looks up at you, Hershel, and says, Bartholomew's adventurers will pay for what they've done to this place.
Granny's gonna, since everything has stopped attacking, Granny's gonna go around and just cast mending on all the broken stuff. Try to fix it.
Celine spits on the face and says, "Why do you think I didn't pay at the tavern?" Then kicks it off into the distance.
Okay. Yeah, it just breaks apart. I mean, it's...
do careful, skeet shooting. I shoot, and I'll just blast as it goes flying through there.
All right. And with that, the head is obliterated. The decrepit building remains, seemingly mostly just a building.
I light it on fire.
Yeah, Granny's gonna go around.
Me too.
Casting mending on stuff, fixing everything inside.
As the four of you stand before this heap of burning flinters, you have completed this adventure, and you have succeeded in your boss battle, which means you are now all level 4. And as you stand there, admiring the burning flames, you hear a familiar voice kind of echo behind you from down the road. The voice of Bartholomew, the wizard.
Greetings, adventurers. What happened to that house?
You remember this place, Bartholomew, when the group of adventurers completely ruined this town?
Not 100%.
There were vengeful spirits, and it's dealt with.
Well, excellent work. You fought an entire house. That's pretty impressive.
Isn't this the third time that a group of adventurers has fought a house?
Recently, as it were, but adventurers that have battled an entire house, I believe that the four of you are due
Well, it was on the wheel.
for a promotion. And as such, do you want to do this back at the shop? Should I send us home?
Yes, please.
And Bartholomew snaps his fingers, and all of you find yourself suddenly transported back to Bartholomew's shop, where he goes, so if you would all just stand in a line there. And as he snaps his fingers once more, while the shop is not nearly as full as it suddenly sounds, you can hear great kind of horns begin to play, confetti begins to fall down as he steps towards each of you in turn. First, walking towards you first, Celine, as he goes, great job on that house, Celine, and I do have a few things I'd like to say to you as you begin your promotion here. I've seen a lot of Galanodels come through this. Now, a lot of your family has come through, Celine, and I don't know what it is about you Galanodels. I don't know if you know this. There are a lot of adventurers that don't get here. A lot. Like, we have, I turn away tons of recruits, and there are a lot of adventurers that will die on the first one, and then my magic isn't working enough to bring them back. How is it that all of you Galanodels are so strong? What is it about your upbringing and your childhood that has pushed you all to this height?
You, I believe, are friends with my father, yes?
We've met before, yeah.
Yes, he spent a long time traveling the oceans, learning the secrets of the Eldritch Ones, and has taught us a little bit of the ways of the ocean and the sea. We all have similar childhood training that we all go through. And so far, of the 13 children he has brought to bear, only one has died.
That is a
But the training that we go through is difficult. We do not have an easy life compared to others that we know. And that kind of hardens us and makes us a little bit unstable, I gotta admit.
And that is perhaps a defining trait as well, although I certainly wouldn't have said it if you hadn't brought it up. But, Celine, you have shown that you are, well, the rival of your siblings and of any adventurer that has come through this shop. You are swift of foot, and it is my honor to have adventured with you and to have seen you grow in your time here at Leather D&D.
I'm the 8th Galanodel to go through a Fabled boss battle, and the 11th boss battle completed in general for the Galanodels.
That sounds correct by my calculations, which I, of course, know perfectly. I know all these numbers. But, Celine, have you chosen your title?
Yes.
What will you be called?
This one. And I kind of like gesture at my character sheet.
And kind of leans in. And reads your name tag. The ninja! Read the little name tag that you've already written for yourself. So you shall be known throughout the realm, Celine. Thank you for your service. And with that, you hear a round of applause that comes from nowhere. And Bartholomew hands you your 400 Bartholomew bucks and steps next in line towards you, Hershel. And as he looks to you, Hershel, P. Werthersford?
Werthersford.
Werthersford. My apologies, Hershel. Hershel, I've had my eye on you for a while. I just, somewhere in the back of my mind, it just feels like you're trying to, put me out of business or something like that. It's just, as a businessman yourself, it just always has felt odd paying and hiring a competitor and sort of showing you our insider secret.
No, we are not competitors, Bartholomew. I am not in the adventuring business.
Yes. I'd prefer it if you do keep it that way. You're in the, of course, you're in the food business.
Candy, specifically.
Yes. Hershel, you have a keen mind. That is obvious, as well as you're pretty handy with that battle axe of momentum. Your observational skills, as well as your business acumen, have obviously proven invaluable in your adventures here, and I hope you continue to find success as you journey forward. Have you chosen your title, Hershel?
I have.
And what have you chosen?
My title is the Candyman.
The Candyman. And so you will be known throughout the realm. Doesn't something happen if you say that 3 times?
I don't know.
Well, I'm
gonna go try it.
Out there to find out. But he hands you over as the applause courses through the space once more. Hands you over your 400 Bartholomew bucks, and bids you congratulations once more as he steps towards Jeremiah. Next, he looks to you, Jeremiah. Jeremiah Bullfrog, you have such a good, positive attitude as you adventure throughout the lands of DnDTime. And I'm quite proud to see how far you've come and the accomplishments that you have now put under your belt. You have a wit and a brevity that is refreshing here throughout the lands of DnDTime. And as you continue to explore and discover around them, I wish you, well, success in that you may have great delights and see many new sights on your journey.
Well, thank you.
But of course, Jeremiah, tell me, Jeremiah, have you chosen your title as of yet?
I thought of one, but I think you kind of, there's some, copyright infringement if I went with it, so I think,
Is your title, wait, I have a question. Is your title was a bullfrog?
Not quite. More along the
Okay.
lines of a soothing voice, but
Oh, okay.
I have a feeling it's already taken. So how about the smooth jazz voice?
This is Jeremiah Bullfrog, the smooth jazz voice. A more fitting title I could not have come up with myself. Excellent job on your adventures here in the lands of DnDTime, and I wish you best of luck moving forward. And the applause rings as he hands you your 400 Bartholomew bucks, and somewhere in the world, Cho'Gall sneezes.
Gosh,
And-
Jeremiah, your voice is just so smooth. You should write a book. It could help explain to people how to talk.
And he steps last.
That's a
but not
really
least.
good idea.
Last but not least to you, Granny. As he looks to you, Granny. Granny, how are you today?
I'm doing quite well, thank you.
I won't deny I do have I do play favorites a bit from time to time, and it always brings me quite a bit of joy when I see one of my own age still out there adventuring and bringing things, bringing home the Bartholomew bucks, as it were. Granny, it has been an honor seeing you adventure throughout the lands of DnDTime, be it your cats, your sewing needles, or, your mastery of the arcane arts. You have proven yourself time and time again. Your baked goods are also excellent. Have you chosen your title, Granny?
Actually I have.
What will you be known as?
The Stitch Queen.
The Stitch Queen. And so you shall be known throughout the realm. And with a final round of applause, Bartholomew kind of looks over for you. And with that, the four of you are now officially promoted to the Fabled tier of adventuring. Your adventures moving forward shall have greater reward, but be all the more dangerous for it. I hope that each of you, as I've already said, finds great luck and success in all of your endeavors. Congratulations once more, heroes. And suddenly, and without any kind of ceremony, the confetti and fanfare stop. And he goes, and you all have a bunch of money now, so if any of you would like to buy anything, I could just take all of those Bartholomew bucks right back. As he looks around the group of you, do any of you wish to shop at this time?
Yeah, Granny is gonna buy something, actually.
Oh, Granny, what do you need?
Bagful, please.
That we can absolutely do. Go ahead and roll me a D1000, and good luck to you.
And
You know,
here's-
Pete, for folks who don't know what the bag pull is, oh my god!
Oh my! Oh my god!
Everyone's wondered for a long time.
Celine runs up and hugs Bartholomew. It's okay, Bartholomew. It'll be okay. It's okay, Bartholomew.
It's fine. Oh, he does. Hold on a second. I just need to confirm with Jeremy very briefly. Jeremy, it is no longer the first thing it was. We've moved it to the second thing that we changed it to. Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I go to check Bartholomew's pulse.
you reach your hand into the bag. Bartholomew's pulse is normal. He's confident as he holds the bag open, just waiting for you to pull out like some ridiculous piece of trash, a watermelon that's all seeds on the inside or no watermelon, or like a newspaper from like 5 years ago. You reach into the bag, your hand passes over. There's something about the section of the bag that you're in where you're like, oh, this is the good stuff. And you, like, one of them, like, you have like visions of eternity as you pass your hand over it. The next ones, as you grab it, you just feel like for a brief moment something in the world just changes and you're like, what? And that falls, and then you grasp a small piece of paper and you're like, if this is the good stuff here, and I know Bartholomew hates coupons, you pull it out. And as you look at it, you can see you have an old and dusty voucher. Bartholomew drops the bag as soon as you have it, and you see him like reaching for it to try and pull it back in. But what you see in your hand appears to be one of Bartholomew's arch enemies, another coupon. This one for one free Bartholomew's choice. Anything that you desire is what your pull from the bag is. Congratulations on rolling a D1000. You have a legendary artifact to your item of your own design, as is what the Bartholomew's choice is. Bartholomew looks at the coupon, and Granny, you kind of holding it. Roger.
I check Granny's pulse.
Roger.
Yeah, what's up, Bartholomew?
It's a coupon.
Yeah,
That's
no,
a free.
oh.
It's not even a discount.
What do you mean?
It's not even a discount. It's just free. It's a giveaway. I have to do it. It's on there. I have to do it. I have to do it. The shop's closed. The shop's closed for the day. Bartholomew turns around and walks out of the room.
All right, well. Or Roger picks up the bag. Does anyone else want anything?
I'm sick.
Hershel, you said you're all good?
I still have business loans to pay off.
Fair enough. Celine? Jeremiah? Anything?
Roger, actually, I might need to discuss with you about this Bartholomew's choice idea that the family has been discussing.
Let me go get the boss.
And then I'll private message Pete to see if it's okay with him, because I know I've messaged you about it.
Just one thing real quick. Bartholomew, you gotta come back out here.
I can't. I'm dead. Yes.
Actually, well,
He's wanting to give you money.
one thing, Granny, it's the small text in that. Bartholomew has to do the goggles and secret door thing when you expend that, so just let us know when you're gonna use it.
Hold on a second. And Bartholomew staggers over. You see him put goggles on, and he just the door to the secret room appears, and he walks over to it and opens it up. The door slams behind him, and you just start to hear crashing and banging, and maybe swears. They're definitely not in a language you've ever heard or that you've ever heard Bartholomew speak.
If you need a magic item, you know where to stop. Just head on down.
Did anyone else have anything they needed?
Yeah.
Nope.
To Bartholomew shop.
I don't know.
I'm looking at something, but you can go on. I don't have to have it right away.
All good. If you figure it out, just let us know. We can figure it out off stream too if it's something that's something like that. But we'll be back in just a moment, folks.
An oddly eventful shop.
What a Fabled boss reward. We'll be back in just a minute.